Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Vanessa's Journeys. Hello, 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 and how are you? I am sitting here today at the river here in Mokachwa. It's beautiful outside, isn't it? Look at that. The sun hasn't quite set yet. Let's take a look at what's going on. So the sun hasn't quite set yet, but it's getting there. And so I'll be off soon to take some sunset pictures. In the meantime, I wanted to give you a little update about what's been going on. I am so sorry that for the lateness of this. June was a rather hectic and busy and hard month. And it started out pretty nice. I had a friend from California come visit me. She was actually a missionary in Italy, and we became friends through the missionary circle. You know how that is. I actually met her at a conference in Paris. And we became friends through that. And then during COVID, we stayed in touch with each other quite a lot, just praying for each other and trying to uphold each other as much as we can, even though there was a distance, much distance between us. And then she moved to California with her husband, and she asked if she could come and visit me and help out. And I said, sure. And so she came and she brought some humanitarian aid with her, some medical needs, supplies, and also some supplies for English and for the kids and games and stuff like that. So it was wonderful to have her here. While she was here, she had the opportunity with me to participate in English Club, and she interviewed some of the youth. And we also went to Spliava and did an English Club there, and she got to know some of the kids there and helped out with me there as well. And she also just kind of hung out with me, and my day-to-day travels, as you might say, as I do English here, English there, and she also was able to help assort medical supplies that she had brought in, and I was able to help with that as well. So we went in one day and we just went through all the medical supplies, and started aspirin here and gloves here and that sort of thing. And it was just really wonderful to see how the Lord had worked through her church and through her neighbors. And all the humanitarian aid that she was able to bring from America to here to Ukraine. And it was wonderful having her here for the week, and it was just a blessing for me to have somebody from America come and visit me, visit little old me here in little old Mukacheva. So thank you, Margie Stewart, for coming and visiting me for the week. And I do hope that you're able to come again sometime. It was a hard month as well because there are a lot of goodbyes. And you would think that over my 20 plus years of being a missionary, that goodbyes would be easy. But I'm one of those kind of touchy, feely heart kind of people, you might say. And I feel things very close to my heart. And so goodbyes have never been easy. Many of my friends who have escaped their cities, they moved to Mukacheva, and the Lord has just moved them on to different places for different reasons. Some for studying, some for taking care of their children, so their children would not have to worry about air raids and being able to study online or in person, all those sorts of things that have affected us as the war has happened. And I'll miss all my friends, but I know that we will see each other again somehow, somewhere. God has a plan. And so I never say goodbye. I say, see you later. And the first few days of them leaving is really hard for me. But I press into the Lord, and with that, I'm held up, and I pour out my tears and my frustrations to Him, and He comforts me and gives me just His hope in Him. And that has what been carrying me through this war, is just the hope in Him. We are on 120 plus days of war, and many of us did not believe that it would last this long. Another thing that's been going on is that a week ago we had many air raids and a lot of missiles dropping in various cities, like one right after the other. Bam, 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 bam. And in fact, last Sunday, we had to change the way that we did our church service. Why? Because we were in the middle of an air raid. And when you're having an air raid, you shouldn't be playing loud music outside. We meet outside because it's great weather. So we've been meeting outside. And so we switched our teaching. I had the teaching first, and then we did worship afterwards. And with worship, we moved inside the building. And even though it was a change in the routine, it was really great because as we worshiped, we all became one in spirit. And we cried our hearts out to the Lord for Ukraine, for each other. People were praying for each other. They were praying for Ukraine. There was such a blessed time of unity that the Lord did through this inconvenience, you might say. The inconvenience that became a convenience. So praise Him for that. Yeah. Another hard thing that was happening was that I had to go to the border, and I had to pay lots of money to try to get my old car off my passport. And the thing is that the car is no longer, it's demolished. It's not working, and there is no car. And because of that, it's hard for them to do an appraisal of how much the car is and how much I should pay. And there's a lot of what do you call it, administrative fees that you have to pay because you didn't take the car across the border because it had foreign plates on it, according to law, and all other stuff. So I had to pay a lot of money, and I'm about halfway there with all the administrative things that need to be done to get the car off of my passport, so that I'm freer to leave Ukraine when the Lord wants me to, maybe come home for a little visit to America. So it's not leaving Ukraine for good, but be able to travel across the border, to meet people in Budapest or in Slovakia, and help bring humanitarian aid in, or help to bring people who are traveling, to meet them perhaps at the airport and to bring them into Ukraine. Things like that I haven't been able to do because of being on restriction, as you might say. So I'm looking forward to being off restriction, even though it's been really hard to go through all this administrative stuff. But I'm looking forward to be fully free and seeing how the Lord is going to use my freedom, you might say, for His glory. He's already been using even my restriction here. I've been able to house people. I've been able to serve in the refugee centers. I've been able to serve Ukrainian children, refugee children, things that I probably may not have done if I had been free to travel out of the country and back all the time. And I was even able to take people to the border and to help them get acquainted with how to go across the border, to walk across the border. So that's been really a great thing. See, God uses our hard times for His glory. And it's been wonderful. It's been hard, but it's been wonderful at the same time. So some things I'm looking forward to is that coming up, we're going to have a VBS. And I've been planning that along with a friend of mine, Anya. And we're really looking forward to serving our community around the church and helping the refugee kids. A lot of these kids are out. They're out, not a lot of kids, all the kids are out for the summer from school. And we want to give them something to do for a little while, and not just give them arts and crafts, but to share the Lord with them as well, and to share His hope, the hope that we have. We want to, in Him, we want to share that with them as well. So we're looking forward to that, and that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Right now, the church is being remodeled, and so we're waiting for the remodeling to be done, and then we'll be able to start VBS. So yay for remodeling, and yay for VBS. So an update on the family that's been living with me. They're still with me. They've been with me for 3 months now. And as I mentioned before, Margie, who came and stayed with me for a week, she did some interviews of some of the youth from English classes. And she did an interview with the people who were staying with me as well. And so I got to know their story about what happened when they were in Mariupol, and what happened to some of the kids who were in Kiev, and what happened to my friend who was in Kharkiv, and how they escaped and the circumstances behind all that. And so hearing their story actually brought us closer. And I believe that we've become more than just like acquaintances to friends now. And we laugh together now, and we encourage each other, and we've become more, maybe not even just friends, but family. So it's been great. So they're going on 3 months, and Yulia, the wife, the mom, she actually got a job in Uzhgorod, and she is inputting names into the computer and that sort of thing. She really likes her job, and she was really excited about getting it. And when I went to Hungary to do all the passport stuff, I drove into the nearest city, and I stopped at the store, and I did some shopping. But not for myself. I did some shopping for the people who are staying with me, the family. I got them some clothes. I got them some specialty food, like wheat tortillas, things that they've never had before, and hot sauce. He really likes spicy food, and he really loves hot sauce. So I got him some really hot sauce. And I got her a dress that she could wear to work. So just something to bless them with, and to bless others as well. I got some shirts for some of the boys that help out the church, and it was just a time that I was able to go in, and I was like, hey, I want to bless people. So that was good, and it was all a God thing. And English club is done for the summer, and we're taking a break from English club, but I still have lessons that I'm doing online and some in person, and I'm still doing some with the refugee kids, and they're doing really well. They're actually at a pre-reading level, and I'm really excited about that. I'm also taking a class online with a program called Ever Teach and Learn, which is actually helping me a lot as a teacher. It's giving me ideas as to how to help my students read, and not just do the flashcards over and over and over again, but different activities and different methods that you can do to help the students. I have one student who I need to get up to a reading grade level, and I'm excited about some of the things that I've learned. So I have like 3 more sessions with them, but in each session there's three sections to each session, you could say, and they're every Saturday before Royal Rangers. So I get up, get my breakfast, get that thing going, and then I sit and I study, and then I dash off to Royal Rangers. And Royal Rangers has been a great time. I've become more administrative, I should say. I organize the kids and make sure who needs a ride from where and all that sort of stuff. But really trying to help out the director of Royal Rangers as well, and be her kind of like right-hand person. But it's also given me the opportunity to get to know the families better and get to know the kids better as well. So God is good. Yeah, like I said, it was a hard month, but it was a good month as well. I said some goodbyes to friends who have left for different parts of the country. Not different parts of the Ukraine country, but different parts of the world. England, Switzerland, Ireland, America. And, like I said, even though I've been a missionary for 20 plus years, goodbyes are never easy for me. I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. But I've learned to press into the Lord during these times, and to hold on to Him, and to pour out my feelings to Him. And He strengthens me, and He gives me hope. And He helps me to connect my brain and my heart, and knowing that I will see them again. We don't know the when or the where, but we know that we will see each other again. So I don't say goodbye. I say, see you later. And so with that, it looks like the sun is setting. And so I'm going to go off on my bike and take some sunset pictures. And that will be the end of my day. And I'll go home and get some work done on my Ukrainian. I'm learning Ukrainian. I'm self-studying right now because my Ukrainian teacher had to go abroad to earn some money. So I'm doing some self-study. And I really enjoy studying Ukrainian and getting to know the language. And my friends now are actually speaking to me Ukrainian, so it encourages me to learn more. So with that, I say дякую и до побачення, and I will talk to you guys next month, or actually probably at the end of this month. So, до побачення from Mukachewa with love. Goodbye. Thank you all. I just want to, sorry, before I go, the sunset's really beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? So before I go, I wanted to say thank you all for your love, your support, your prayers. They've really, really held me up during hard times. It's been hard living in a country that has been at war for 120 plus days. but your encouragement has, and your prayers and your support have really helped. So thank you very, very much. And I covet your prayers. And I look forward to sharing with you someday, Lord willing, about everything that God has been doing through me and through our church here in Mokachba through this war. So thank you all for your love again, and I will see you at the end of this month. Double Bachni.